Hey guys, here we are in the car, which can only mean one thing. It is time for another little free library day. First thing is something I'd actually picked up in a little free library. Thought I was going to use it for my class, but no one ever really had any interest in it, so I'm going to put it back in. It's this like activity book, so I'm going to put that somewhere. And then I have The Crucible. Didn't really love this one. Then I read during the Stranger Things readathon. I gave this book a 1 star. The Carpenter's Pencil. I had gotten this in a little free library. It's going back. Actually, most of these I got in little free libraries with the exception of one of them. The next one is a book that I liked fine, but I don't ever anticipate rereading. The Last Time I Lied. This one I really enjoyed, but the copy is really beat up, so I'd like to get my own copy if I ever want to reread it. And that is Already Home by Susan Mallory, which reminds me of the book that I have for Bookmas. I'm so excited for Bookmas. But as you can see, very beat up copy. So I would like to have a much better copy if I'm going to keep that. And then the last one is one that I may or may not put in a little free library. I don't know. I just don't think I'm going to ever actually read it because I don't like the writing style. It is 1000 Gifts. Love the cover, but I just can't get myself into actually reading it. So that's the situation. We have 6 books. Here's 4 of them. Okay, so I think the first one, I was going to say that one, but I'm thinking these 2 I'm going to carry over. I usually like to carry 2 with me, just in case there's more than one in one little free library. So I think I'm gonna bring these 2 over to this and we'll see what there is. I don't know what's going on with the little free library. I've been to 2 little free libraries that were just completely wiped out, which is so suspicious to me. Like, just because it's a little free library doesn't mean you can go in and take all the books. So what is going on? I don't understand. It's almost like people are like taking them and selling them or something. That makes me mad. Next up, I am going to drive down to the gas station and to the car wash. My car literally looks gray and it is not gray. So we need to go take care of that. Right, so first off, I'm going to go check out this little free library. This is where I had gotten that copy of Mansfield Park that I put back in a different little free library. I'm going to see what they have today. So that was fairly successful. I put in the Carpenter's Pencil and I picked up the Golden Compass. I'm getting glare, so I can't tell if you can see this or if I'm seeing the reflection in my phone. I don't know. But I'm getting Polarthon vibes from this with the polar bear, the snow, the Arctic. I don't know. I just figured it would be something that I could try for Polarthon, and yeah. Just gonna face this way because look at this. It's so pretty. I've never been up here, but oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Okay, so to be fair, I'm actually torn on both of the books that I picked up because I only need one more Christmas book for Bookmas, and I'm pretty much decided on what I want it to be. And it's not this one that I just picked up. Like Mrs. Miracle. I'm not a huge fan of this author, but the Christmas cover got me, and it was like, pick me. And I'm like, I don't know why I did that because I don't really want to read this. I didn't like the book that I read of this author before. I will probably end up putting this back somewhere, but here's to hoping that I can find something along the lines of what I'm looking for. I also picked up something absolutely beautiful, and I feel guilty because I feel like maybe someone else should have this. But remember how I was talking about like reading that Bible commentary as my devotional for 2023? Well, that was before I found this. Touched by the Truth, my daily devotional. This is giving me my Fixing My Eyes on Jesus devotional vibes, and I'm kind of here for it. Now I gotta find my way out of this woods area. I'm gonna try to go to some of the new ones that I found last time, but I'm gonna have to enter them in the map because I don't know where they are in comparison to where I am. Okay, so I'm back at that super cute one that had a bunch of stuff last time. So I'm curious what they'll have this time. I'm gonna bring these two and we'll see what we can find. Okay, so overall I'm not sold on what I picked up, but I just got a Karen Kingsbury book that I might be interested in. I've liked some of her books and I've not liked others, so we'll just see. One other little free library that I know I came up here, but I have no recollection of actually going to this little free library. I totally remembered that one. I remember going there. I'm pretty sure it's in my little free library video. I just didn't remember before I went up there. Anyway, in exchange for the Crucible, I picked up Smart Growth, How to Grow Your People to Grow Your Company. And I actually picked this up for like leadership purposes when it comes to the team that I lead in the kids ministry at my church, because I want in the new year my focus to be helping my people grow and, you know, growing alongside them. It's in great condition. I think it'll be good. I hope it'll be good. Okay, so as you saw, I went to Moe's. It was super good. Got a little sun in my face right now. There is one more little free library that I need to visit. Or that I want to visit, actually. I don't need to, but I'm gonna go visit it anyway. I decided I didn't really love this author when I tried reading a short story from her, and it is totally fair that just may not have been her best work. But I am gonna swap out this Christmas book if I can. I mean, I guess I could keep it and use it for Bookmas, but I'm not like excited about it, although the writing is really big. It's like really big font compared to some other books. So maybe I should use it. I don't know. I just feel like there are other books that I'm so much more excited for. And the book that I want to get, like I'm willing to pay, you know, $12 or whatever for it because it sounds so good and I've wanted to read it since last year. And I don't feel that way about this, even though I'm loving the cover. But I want to have good reading experiences. We'll see. I don't know, but I'm going to go check out this little free library, see what they have. Wouldn't it be amazing if they had the book that I'm wanting and I could get it from a little free library and not have to pay for it? Ah, dare to dream. Anyway, okay, I came here to the one that I have not been to before, and I'm excited to see what they have. Per usual, I will bring these two books, the Karen Kingsbury and the Christmas one. We'll see what we can find. Okay, so did I do it again? Did I put 2 in and take out 3? Absolutely, but that is because I could not decide. First of all, I picked up Hillbilly Elegy, which I've heard great things about and is also on my Goodreads TBR. I think it's just about like overcoming poverty and where you come from when expectations are low and what can happen when you make decisions, take risks, and I don't know. I'm looking forward to this. I mean, it's not typically what I like to read from what I've heard, but I think it'll be good, and I'm looking forward to trying it when I do get to it. This was like the little free library of Nicholas Sparks. I don't know if it's like their #1 fan or whatever, but I picked up Message in a Bottle just for like the beach vibes. That is why I picked it up. We'll see if I like it. I've read Dear John, I've read The Last Song, watched A Walk to Remember, but that's literally it. That is the extent of my Nicholas Sparks knowledge, but we'll try this one out at some point. And then the third book that I picked up, I just couldn't not get this. It basically is all about the power of waiting for good things in your life. I think this is talking about relationships primarily, but I think it's also important to just be willing to wait for good things in every area of life. So I picked up this. Real great talk from someone who every time I get a book on like waiting or anything like that in my TBR game, I say heck no and don't read it. But I do think that it's important, and we're gonna give this a try. So overall, a pretty good haul here. Hauled 6 books, hauled 8. You guys will see the other book when I get back home later. Alright guys, I'm back home, got my stacks of books, and I'm going to just talk about them in no particular order. There's a hair stuck to that one. Basically, I'm going to show you the cover, talk about the book, what I'm thinking for it, and read some of the synopses. So let's do this. First of all, I got the Golden Compass. I specifically picked this up for Polarthon prep. I'm thinking it would be a good polar fantasy type Polarthon, somewhere in the Polarthon TBR, assuming that will be a thing again. I just picked this up because I felt like I could easily work it into my TBR. It is a little bit longer, but it looks like it's fairly easy to read. We shall see, but let's read the synopsis. It was no ordinary life for a young girl living among scholars in the hallowed halls of Jordan College and tearing unsupervised through Oxford's motley streets on mad quests for adventure. But Lyra's greatest adventure would begin closer to home, the day she heard hushed talk of an extraordinary particle. Microscopic in size, the magical dust found only in the vast Arctic expanse of the North was rumored to possess profound properties that could unite whole universes. But there were those who feared the particle and would stop at nothing to destroy it. So yeah, Polarthon vibes. Next, I picked up a fiction based off of Catherine the Great's story. It is called The Winter Palace. Her name is Barbara, in Russian, Varvara. Nimble-witted and attentive, she is allowed into the employ of the Empress Elizabeth amid the glittering cruelty of the world's most eminent court. Under the tutelage of Count Bestusev, Chancellor and Spymaster Varvara will be educated in skills from lockpicking to lovemaking, learning above all else to listen and to wait for opportunity. That opportunity arrives in a slender young princess from Zerbst named Sophie, a playful teenager destined to become the indomitable Catherine the Great. Sophie's destiny at court is to marry the Empress's nephew, but she has loftier, more dangerous ambitions. What Sophie needs is an insider at court, a loyal pair of eyes and ears who knows the traps, the conspiracies, and the treacheries that surround her. Varvara will become Sophie's confidant, and together the two young women will rise to the pinnacle of absolute power. Gives me Rival to the Queen vibes, and I really enjoyed that book, so I'm hopeful that this will not disappoint. Next, I have Smart Growth, and I picked this up literally just as like a leadership read, something to help me be better about encouraging and encouraging the people around me and helping them grow into all that they can be. As well as, like, you know, learning how to grow yourself. So, I also picked up a devotional called Touched by the Truth. I am thinking about using this for 2023 instead of what's down here, the Bible commentary. I might just like read that as I feel like reading it, and then use this as a devotional, because I really like having a daily devotional. The only thing about this is it's measured by weeks. It's like week 29 Tuesday, week 22 Wednesday, instead of like October 28th, which is really easy to follow. So I'll need to stay up with this. We shall see. Hopefully it'll be good. But Touched by Truth brings the comfort and contentment that comes from walking God's way. You will find blessings upon blessings as you read the uplifting scripture verses, daily devotions, and prayers from 51 trusted pastors and church leaders. Each day, learn more about Jesus, the way, and the truth, and discover a life lived well with Him. I just love the way it looks, and it's very tactile, and it reminds me of my Fixing My Eyes on Jesus devotional. Then I picked up The Wait, which this is largely talking about waiting for the best, God's best in relationships. But I'm hopeful that it will have some good practical wisdom about waiting in general. But let's read the synopsis. In The Wait, Devon and Megan share the life-changing message that waiting rather than rushing can be the key for finding the person you're meant to be with. Filled with candid his and hers accounts of the most important moments of their relationship, along with practical advice on how waiting can transform your entire life by giving greater patience, joy, peace, healing, faith, and love. That's what I'm hoping for. The Wait offers specific real-time advice for men and women trying to successfully navigate the ins and outs of dating, love, and relationships. It definitely seems like it is centered on relationships, but like I said, I hope that I feel like what this is talking about can be applied in every area, so we'll hopefully enjoy that. Then I picked up, what is it called? Message in a Bottle. It was a story that renews our faith in destiny and the ability of true lovers to find each other no matter where, no matter when. Thrown to the waves and to fate, the bottle could have ended up anywhere. Instead, it's found just 3 weeks after it begins its journey. Teresa Osborne, divorced and the mother of a 12-year-old son, picks it up during a seaside vacation from her job as a Boston newspaper columnist. Inside is a letter that opens with, "My dearest Catherine, I miss you, my darling, as I always do, but today is particularly hard because the ocean has been singing to me, and the song is that of our life together." For Garrett, the man who signs the letter, the message is the only way he knows to express his undying love for a woman he has lost. For Teresa, wary of romance since her husband shattered her trust, the message raises questions that intrigue her. Who are Garrett and Catherine? Where is he now? What is his story? Challenged by the mystery and pulled to find Garrett by emotions she does not fully understand, Teresa begins a search that takes her to a sunlit coastal town and an unexpected confrontation. Brought together by chance or something more powerful, Teresa and Garrett are people whose lives are about to touch for a purpose. In a tale that resonates with our deepest hopes for finding that special someone in everlasting love. Shimmering with suspense and emotional intensity, Message in a Bottle takes readers on a hunt for the truth about a man and his memories, and about both the heartbreaking fragility and enormous strength of love. For those who cherish the Notebook and readers waiting to discover the magic of Sparks' storytelling, here is his new, achingly lovely novel of happenstance, desire, and the choices that matter most. I really just picked this up for the beach vibes, but I think I'm gonna like it. Sounds so cute. Have you guys read this? Because I feel like this is a pretty popular book. I picked up The Bookshop on the Corner. Now, I had borrowed this on Libby, and I never got around to reading it, but I saw it in a little free library, and I thought I would just pick it up. Kind of intrigued. Let's read what it's about. Nina Redman is a literary matchmaker. Pairing a reader with that perfect book is her passion, and also her job. Or at least it was, until yesterday. She was a librarian in the hectic city, but now the job she loved is no more. Determined to make a new life for herself, Nina moves to a sleepy village many miles away. There she buys a van, okay, I remember this, and transforms it into a mobile bookshop that she drives from neighborhood to neighborhood, changing one life after another with the power of storytelling. From helping her grumpy landlord deliver a lamb to sharing picnics with a charming train conductor who serenades her with poetry, Nina discovers there's plenty of adventure, magic, and soul in a place that's beginning to feel like home. A place where she just might be able to write her own happy ending. Yeah, I remember the mobile bookshop idea. I hope that I like this. I'm sad that it's going to be like at the bottom of my TBR pile until it comes up, but looking forward to that. I feel like that's what I've been wanting, something like that. But last one is Hillbilly Elegy, which I'm just going to read the synopsis because I tried to explain it in the car, but I couldn't quite pinpoint exactly what it's about. I just know that this is on my Goodreads TBR and it sounds really good. So, Hillbilly Elegy is a passionate and personal analysis of a culture in crisis, that of poor white Americans. The disintegration of this group, a process that has been slowly occurring now for more than 40 years, has been reported with growing frequency and alarm, but has never before been written about as searingly from the inside. In Hillbilly Elegy, J.D. Vance tells the true story of what a social, regional, and class decline feels like when you were born with it hanging around your neck. The Vance family story began with hope in post-war America. J.D.'s grandparents were dirt poor and in love and moved north from Kentucky's Appalachia region to Ohio in the hopes of escaping the dreadful poverty around them. They raised a middle-class family, and eventually one of their grandchildren would graduate from Yale Law School, a conventional marker of success in achieving generational upward mobility. But as the family saga of Hillbilly Elegy plays out, we learn that J.D.'s grandparents, aunt, uncle, sister, and most of all his mother, struggled profoundly with the demands of their new middle-class life, never fully escaping the legacy of abuse, alcoholism, poverty, and trauma so characteristic of their part of America. With piercing honesty, Vance shows how he himself still carries around the demons of his chaotic family history. A deeply moving memoir with its share of humor and vividly colorful figures, Hillbilly Elegy is the story of how upward mobility really feels. And it is an urgent and troubling meditation on the loss of the American dream for a large segment of this country. So it sounds really intense, but I've heard that it's good, so I'm hopeful I'll enjoy it. It's definitely not along the lines of what I usually pick up, so I'm curious. But we'll see what I think of this when I do get to it. Here they are, lovely little stack here. I love how they match, like seriously, that's awesome. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like if you enjoyed it. Comment below which of these you would pick up if you saw it in a little free library. And be sure to subscribe if you have not already, because I would love for this channel to continue growing. I love talking to you guys, it's so much fun. Bye!